Hi, America. As promised, I wanted to come on here and share the cosmetic details of products that I used on CeCe for her American Idol performance using Blue Artistry Cosmetics. All right, you ready, guys? Here we go. So if you look at this beautiful dress she has on, I wanted to incorporate those colors into her makeup look. So I grabbed my Her Excellency eyeshadow palette. As you see these beautiful colors, they're literally the same colors that are in her dress. So that's how I created her beautiful smoky eye. I also later incorporated that into her cheek as well, but I'm going to add those details a little bit later. Okay, so let's get into this skin. I grabbed my Sensational Matte Primer because it gives a beautiful matte finish. It's also silicone based. So as you see, her skin is already nice, beautiful, and smooth, but it's nothing wrong with making that skin even smoother. You know what I mean? I then went ahead and I grabbed my Unflawed foundation stick. Her color is the color Spice. I also grabbed my Invisible Veil Concealer in the color IV6. I do not have powders in my line quite yet, so I resorted back to using MAC Cosmetics Studio Fix powders on top of the foundation and concealers. And I grabbed some brushes from my brush line to really buff the makeup into the skin. Now, CeCe does sweat, so I use some of my Lockdown setting spray to lock in her makeup. If you look closely, you can see a little bit of sweat on the forehead and on her nose. However, the Lockdown setting spray is a 16-hour wear and it is also waterproof, so that makeup is not moving. Now on to this cheek situation. I grabbed my liquid blush in the color Stability, which is that beautiful maroon color that you see, as well as Grace, which is a more peachy color. I also grabbed my Makeup Goals palette and I used some of those oranges and pinks that you see in the palette and I just lightly tapped it on top of the liquid blush, but most of what you see is the liquid blush. The liquid blush just melts into the skin. CeCe loves a fresh look, so that once it sets, it's waterproof. On this lip, I grabbed my Full Armor lip pencils. I grabbed Word of God and Set Apart. Word of God is more of a dark brown and Set Apart is more of like a deep auburn type of color, a reddish brown color. Then from my Proverbs 31 lip gloss, I grabbed Queen Esther, which is a beautiful like tan color, and I applied that over the lip, and that's how we got her beautiful makeup look, guys. I'm really very grateful of how supportive CeCe is of my cosmetic line, and what I love most is that she calls it her war paint.